Review time with Imperial. Today's review will be Black Widow, starring Scarlett Johansson. Let's get into it. So this movie, a lot of people have seen this movie over the last 2 weeks. I've been seeing a lot of reviews pop up. It finally is launched on July 9th. So a lot of people got to see it before time. Let's just go over the cast. You have, of course, Scarlett Johansson plays as Natasha. You have Rachel Wentz plays as Melina. Florence Pugh plays as Yelena. David Harbour plays as Alexei, aka Red Guardian. Ray Winston plays as Dreykov. And Olga plays as the Taskmaster. The Taskmaster's who you see in the trailers with that special suit on that's fighting Natasha in the trailers. Now, a lot of people get confused because, of course, Natasha, aka Black Widow, died in Avengers Endgame. So they are wondering, where does this movie take place? This movie takes place right after Avengers Civil War, when the group split up. So this is where it takes place. Natasha's on a run. She's escaping from Agent Ross and his crew, and she dips back to her hometown. Meanwhile, the Black Widow's operation is still going on with Dreykov, and her sister Yelena is one of the Black Widows, and you get to see they're on a mission to stop somebody that has these vials. When Yelena gets to the person with the vials, the person busts one of the vials. And what it did was the mind control that Yelena was under, it took her from not being underneath that mind control. And then she instantly took out the chip that was inside her. So now she wasn't controlled by Dreykov no more. So the movie starts off, shows back in the day when Natasha and Yelena was little, with Alexei and Melina, the mom and dad, and they was already prepared for a moment they one day had to escape. So they was living this life out in suburbs somewhere, and then one day the dad came home and said, we gotta roll. They rolled to an airport where they had a plane already waiting. The cops showed up, and you could instantly see right from the gate he was super strong, because it was this big thing, and he just moved it and tossed it like it was nothing. And so he was shooting his way out while Melina, the mom, got shot. Meanwhile, Natasha took over the plane, and they flew off. When they had touched down in Cuba, Dreykov showed up and took everybody, and took Natasha and Yelena and took them into the program. And pretty much the dad really didn't put up a fight, and Melina, she was shot. And so that's how they got in that Black Widow program. And Yelena sent the vials to where she knew Natasha could find them. Meanwhile, Natasha received the vials. When she received the vials, the Taskmaster showed up to try to kill her, but she wasn't really trying to kill her. The Taskmaster was trying to retrieve the vials. And so she got away, of course, and when she got away, she finally made it to Yelena. The Black Widow crew knew she was there, and pretty much Yelena and Natasha fought each other at first, but then they reconciled and they fought their way out. And the Taskmaster showed up. That's when you see in the trailer the big car chase with the Taskmaster inside of like a big tank type truck running over everything. So they eventually drum up the plan that they're going to help Alexei escape out of prison that he's in. So he's in prison. He's pretty much arm wrestling everybody, and he's telling his old stories. Basically, he was supposed to be like Captain America, but on the Soviet Union side. And that's when he was called the Red Guardian, and he's supposed to be the first super soldier of the Soviet Union. and then no one pretty much believed him. Nevertheless, they sent him like he had his own, like how Captain America got his Captain America doll. He had his own Red Guardian doll, and they sent him a doll in the mail, and it was a earpiece chip that he put in his ear, and Yelena and Natasha helped him to guide him to get out. So this movie was high on pack from jump. It always kept the action going, and then the mission was they want to find out where their red room is, and they want to destroy the whole Black Widow project, kill Drevkov, and of course Natasha thought she killed him, but she didn't. She blew up his daughter, or so she think. So they said we gotta go to Milena because Alexei said she's still alive. They thought she was dead. Now when they show up, they don't know that Milena has been working for Drevkov the whole time, and she's loyal to him because before they even got in contact with Natasha and Yelena. I keep saying Yelena. Melina, my bad. Melina name is the mom. I keep saying Yelena. Melina is still alive after she got shot when they was young. And Melina was basically saying did 3 tours with the Black Widow project before Yelena and Natasha even came into the picture. So of course you find out that Natasha and Yelena was pretty much adopted, and it's not adopted, but they were took from their parents, and they were put together as a family with Melina and Alexei. And so Melina pretty much tipped off the Red Room and Drevkov to tell them that they all was there. So they were having this moment, and it was like, well, we all was together for like 3 years. It wasn't real. We was in a family. And so that kind of worked on the heart of Alexei and Melina, and basically saying, it was our mission to what we had to do. And Yelena pretty much said it was real to me or whatever. So Natasha was being hard up pretty much. So then Melina told her, hey, I tipped off the Red Room. They're on their way. They'll be here any minute. You don't know that they already disguised the plan. When they're getting taken to the Red Room. So you find out that the Red Room has been flying underneath the radar because it's been living in the sky or whatever the whole time. They get there, they had this dialogue. You find out that the Black Widow project is all over the world, and Drevkov pretty much controls it through an iPad, and he created a serum that's inside of them that they can't attack him unless they crack the nerve in their forehead. And that's basically what Natasha did, because at first she tried to attack him, but she couldn't. Her inner self wouldn't let her do it because she didn't crack the nerve, but she did play that along like she didn't know what to do so that he could give her all the information. And so it's just this big dramatic scene at the end. The Black Widows come and fight Natasha. She's battling them all, and eventually they get the best of her. By that time, Yelena made it up and let the red antidote potion out, and so all the Black Widows, they turn. You find out that the little girl that she thought she blew up, that's actually the Taskmaster, and of course she gave her the antidote at the end. And the big ship that was in the sky got taken down. You want to believe Drevkov because he was inside of a plane that blew up. You want to believe he got burned up in the process because his glasses did fly off. But if you ain't see a bullet get put in his head, he could pop up somewhere. And so when they get to the ground, you see Alexei and Melina. They fly off with the Black Widows along with Yelena. And you show Natasha there waiting for Ross and the crew. And then it goes off, but then it has a quick post-credit scene right off the back. Shows Natasha show up riding a motorcycle, and the agent guy that gets all her products and stuff got her a plane, and she thanked him being a friend. and she flew off. And then the credits go up, and there's one last post-credit scene at the very end of the credits. So it's basically one quick one and a second post-credit scene. And it shows Yelena show up to Natasha's gravesite, and she's mourning and then she's do her little whistle thing that they do. And Val shows up. Val was the one in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series that recruited the U.S. agent. So she's been obviously recruiting Yelena, doing little projects for her, and because Yelena already knew who she was, and basically Val said, I got another mission for you, and this one should be good. You basically could get the person that was responsible for killing your sister. Now, I don't know if they told Yelena the full process, why Natasha was died, that she had to sacrifice herself with somebody that she loved to get the soul stone. And I don't know if Yelena knows that, because she seems to be eager to kill Hawkeye. Now, this alludes to Hawkeye actually having his own series in the the Disney Plus, his own series of Hawkeye, like Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. So Hawkeye, by the end of this year, is supposed to have his own series as well. And Yelena is supposed to reprise her role and come and, I guess, try to kill him in that series. So, honestly speaking, this movie was good. I give this movie out my 4-star rating system, 2.5 out of 4 stars. It was action-packed, but it would have been better suited to place it on Disney Plus and let it be a series versus a movie. I think if it would have came out last year, if the COVID pandemic didn't hit, I think it would have been better suited then. But because since that time frame, we didn't seen WandaVision, we didn't seen Falcon and Winter Soldier on Disney Plus, and we're up to like episode 5 on Loki. This fits right in that realm where it should have been part of the Disney Plus Marvel Entertainment series on Disney Plus versus them putting it out in the movies or whatever. So I think that was my only minus I said to it. And Scarlett Johansson played a great character in Black Widow, Natasha. And that's pretty much it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.